You know, I had to do a video on this Ray Rice incident that recently happened. And if you guys are not familiar, Ray Rice was recently, well, actually a couple of months ago, into an altercation with his now wife on an elevator. You know, they got into it. She hit him, you know, and he kind of nudged her. She came after him and he punched her, you know, and ended up ultimately knocking her unconscious. And, you know, he ended up pulling her out of the elevator unconscious. And, you know, from there, it just, you know, took over the media and everybody was talking about it. But recently, some more footage came out of the actual incident that happened before him pulling her out of the elevator, which has really amped this whole situation up. And you know, I wrote something on Facebook, you know, regarding the whole incident. And, you know, I like to go back to my Facebook post because, you know, you'd be surprised the things that people say on my Facebook statuses. But, you know, first of all, before I even get into that, let me say that I think we live in a society nowadays where people are giving women who feel like it's okay to say and do whatever they want the benefit of the doubt. We got women out here hauling off, spitting on people, you know, hitting men, and then want to play the victim when you get the shit knocked out of you. Now, I don't condone any man or anybody in general putting their hands on anybody. But as I've said before, once you put your hands on someone, they have the right to defend themselves. We can go back to that incident that happened, on, you know, on that bus when, you know, the bus driver was trying to do his job. And, you know, that sister came on there acting ignorant, acting rude, talking about the man's family, you know, spitted on the man, went over there and attacked the man. He got up and he uppercutted her ass, and people blamed him. When he was trying to stay cool and do his job from the jump, she went over there provoking him. But when everything went down and he ended up defending himself, people went after him. Oh, that's a female. You shouldn't have done that. That's a female. Ignoring everything that happened before that altercation. And, you know, I just think that in society nowadays, you know, we got, you know, a bunch of, you know, pussyfoot men, you know, probably, you know, they haven't got any ass, or they basically want to, you know, brown nose for women, or, you know, be a sucker for love simply so they can get the attention and the approval from women. So what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, yeah, no matter what, you shouldn't hit a woman, you shouldn't do this. And don't get me wrong, you know, I do feel like a man, you know, should have the restraint to walk away from altercations with a woman. You know, and I always say, if you feel like you have to hit your woman or hit a woman that you're involved with romantically, you don't need to be in that relationship, because nobody should be provoking the other person to the point where you feel like, you know, you might have to kill this person, you know, or knock them on the ass. Nobody should be in a relationship like that, whether you're a man or a woman. But I'm going to go to my Facebook page, and, you know, I want to, you know, just read to you some comments that I got on one of my statuses when I spoke about this whole Ray Rice incident. Now, you know, here I wrote about the, you know, the Ray Rice incident. Basically, what I was saying was that, you know, there's selective outrage within the NFL. Now, we've had Riley Cooper, we've had Richie Incognito come out, threaten football players, use the word nigger, which, remind you, directly affects the staff and players of the NFL. Remind you, this happened off of the field. Now, I know people are going to say, okay, well, what about business and image and all that? I understand that. But at the same time, if you suspended the man already, let it go. Why are you digging deep trying to take away this man's livelihood now? And as you can see from this title, it says the Baltimore Ravens have terminated his contract. For what? For an incident that happened off the football field. But, you know, I get some comments, and, you know, this brother here, Anthony Harrell, I don't know, you know, some of you guys know him. He was in a group, the Brothers, you know, group from LA. They had a reality show actually on BET, and, you know, he commented on here. You know, I talked to him, you know, here and there. You know, cool brother, but, you know, I disagree with him on this. And the first thing he says is he punched a woman, dog. So ignore everything else. Ignore the fact that she hit him, Ignore the fact that, she admitted, like, hey, I was a part of this. I am taking responsibility for, my involvement in it and provoking the situation. Ignoring all that. It's just the fact that a man hit a woman. Okay, so now I said, bruh, I'm not saying it was right, but that's between him and his wife, which is correct. They already suspended him. Why keep pushing? Selective outrage. Then, you got another sister. She used to do, YouTube videos, but she doesn't do it anymore. She put not punched. He knocked her ass out cold with video proof. It's funny they made her apologize to, she wrote something, it's not correct grammar here, but basically saying that, she, the woman in, that was involved with Ray Rice had to apologize to the team for the altercation. And then, it goes on, and, you have one sister here say, I have to agree with Matt, and I'm a woman. It happened off the field, so it is not concerning the NFL, which I agree. If we all got judged for the things we do outside of work, everyone on this post would be out of a job, and I absolutely agree with that. Imagine all the things that, you do off the field, things that, whether it's drinking, whether it's saying certain comments, whether it's, not conducting yourself right, for, you women out here that like to go around and twerking and shit like that. Imagine if all that was reported back to your employer. A lot of people will be out of a job, and pretty much everybody will be out of a job, because we all do certain things, whether it is verbally saying certain things or physically doing things that could possibly have us out of work. So I absolutely agree with what this sister said right here. And it just went on and on, and Anthony Harrell, guy, basically he would just stand on the fact that this was a woman, which I think everybody's not using actual logic when you make that statement, because we can't just look at this situation and say, oh, well, it was a woman, so no matter what, he shouldn't have did this or shouldn't have did that. You can't dictate how somebody is going to react to physical harm. One person might, push you, might shove you, might not do a damn thing. Another person, if you hit them, they might slap the shit out of you. So you can't dictate or say, well, this is the way I would have reacted in this situation if the woman had done this to me. You are not him, he is not you. So you can't dictate how somebody's going to react to physical harm. Okay, and going on to this post, going back to this, I said, but why none of, she basically was saying, that he got what he deserved, his contract should have been revoked, etc., etc. And I said, but why none of that happened to Riley Cooper or Richie Incognito? And she puts, I don't know who those people are. Now, what I say is exactly. Now ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you don't know who Riley Cooper and Richie Incognito is, because they don't give them exposure like that. When they came out and used the word nigga, or was it, insulting people or bullying people, the media covered that up. But when things happened with Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, Ray Rice, Ocho Cinco, or Chad Johnson, it was all over the media. They made sure these brothers paid to the ultimate extent for what they did. But see, Riley Cooper and Richie Incognito get an excuse. Actually, I believe Riley Cooper, they gave him like 2 days off. The third day, he was back at practice. Like nothing happened. So this is selective outrage that a lot of black people just do not understand. You guys gotta, really get out of this, we are the world type of mindset, because racism is still alive, and sometimes, I get disappointed with my generation, because it's like, we pretend like racism doesn't exist, or we pretend like there's not selective outrage, or things are not going on within our community. But yeah, we'll turn around and say, well, what about black on black crime? What about this? What about black people acting like this? We'll ridicule each other within the snap of a finger. But when it comes to pointing out the outside entities that affect us day in and day out, everyone's on a hush-hush. People scared to talk about that. And, she try to be smart. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. Now, I came back and I said, Raquel be like, "What's racism?" And I pointed out this picture here. This is that picture that I believe this was about 2 years ago, or it might have been a year ago. That chick dressed up for Halloween with a damn noose around her neck, taking a picture with her so-called white friends. So this is the mindset of a lot of people, and I have to say within my generation, and even some people a little older. This is the mindset we have right now. Oh, race doesn't exist. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, maybe it does exist, but just don't talk about it. Don't bring race into the equation. We have to move on from racism. Oh, but when your ass get pulled over by the police department, or you get thrown on that hot hood, or one of the police officers knock you upside your head with a billy club, then you want to holler police brutality. You want to talk about racism. You want people to stand behind you and have sympathy for you. See, we can't play both sides. But that's basically what I want to say about this whole Ray Rice thing. I believe I know this is selective outrage, and it's just another tactic to destroy a black man in the media. It's a different type of treatment, a different type of outrage for black athletes, hip hop stars, and any black person that is in the entertainment industry. Black people in general in this country, we get treated differently. And we got to stop picking and choosing what we stand by. But, that's all I got to say about this. For you guys that, pointing the finger all at Ray Rice and, saying, oh, yeah, he got what he deserved and et cetera, et cetera. You need to step back and look at this from an overall picture. Because it's a lot deeper than just this brother hitting that woman. It's deeper than that. Let them live their lives. Let them work out their issues that they have in their marriage. Stay the hell out of their business. It doesn't concern you. You suspended the man, let it go. The same way you let go disrespectful things that are done to the black community day in, day out, and comments that are said day in and day out through the media. But that's all I gotta say. Y'all stop samboing out there and cooning and shit and giving those racist whites in the media who basically just want to tear down blacks in the media coverage. Y'all stop buck dancing and shit. I'm out.